So tell me, what was the first thing you did this morning when you woke up? Chances are you fumbled for your phone, checking notifications, scrolling through the latest posts on Instagram or Twitter, maybe watching a few quick clips, all before even getting out of bed. It's become almost automatic, hasn't it? The night before, though, it's a different story. We each make these grand promises to ourselves. Tomorrow I'm getting up early. I'm going to read, exercise, finally get all those tasks done. We set alarms with military precision. 7 o'clock, 7:05, 7:10, visualizing the perfect, productive day ahead. But then morning comes. That blaring alarm fills the room, and suddenly every ounce of that fiery ambition from the night before evaporates. Stepping out from beneath the warmth of our blankets feels like trying to solve an endless puzzle in the dark, heavy, impossible. You just want to stay put, not move even a finger. It's a feeling almost everyone's experienced. You manage to open your eyes, but your body refuses to cooperate. So here's the easiest choice. We hit snooze. Once. Twice. Dozens of times. Before we know it, that sluggishness has wrapped around us like a vice, convincing us that the day ahead is some vast enemy waiting to drag us down. Finally, if you manage to drag yourself to your computer, the screen stares back with your to-do list flashing like an SOS signal. You know intellectually what you have to do, your studies, your work, the projects critical to your future. You know this, but your fingers betray you. Instead of grabbing the keyboard, they scroll aimlessly. YouTube shorts, Instagram feeds, pointless memes. Tabs multiply as you search desperately for some quick hit distraction, anything, to pull you away from the dull task staring you in the face. Breaking news, celebrity gossip, a few viral clips, anything with enough flash to mask that growing pit of boredom. You're lost deep inside the digital rabbit hole until suddenly, snap, you shake yourself. This has to stop. Time to focus. But then you find you can't hold your concentration. A few lines read, but the urge to check your phone surges back immediately. Your mind rebels. Why does this happen? Is your willpower really that weak? No, not at all. The truth is far more insidious. Your brain is addicted to speed, ease, and intensity of stimulation, and now sees any slower, deeper work as unbearably boring, even painful. Psychologists and neuroscientists call this the problem of overstimulation, or supernormal stimuli. Today I want to break down how this non-stop digital barrage is hijacking your brain's reward system, wrecking your productivity and motivation, and what you can do to regain control of your life. By the end of this video, you'll understand why, despite all efforts, procrastination feels like an unbeatable trap. We live in an age unlike any other, where an endless flood of digital stimulation is instantly available in our pockets. A few decades ago, boredom was something you escaped by reading a book, meeting a friend, or waiting patiently for your favorite TV show. Now, one tap opens the door to millions of videos, real-time alerts, and constant social media updates. It's incredibly convenient but comes at a steep cost. Neuroscientists warn that this constant onslaught has completely overtaken our brain's primitive reward circuits. Once these systems are compromised, focusing on demanding tasks becomes nearly impossible. Think of our ancient ancestors. Survival meant long, arduous days hunting, gathering, and farming. Hunting required chasing down prey tirelessly. Farming demanded months of effort with uncertain rewards. The brain evolved to release dopamine, the chemical associated with pleasure and motivation, after significant effort, rewarding perseverance so survival instincts would keep us pushing forward. But today, rewards come with hardly any effort at all. A single tap, a split-second scroll, no months of hard work needed. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube are meticulously engineered to exploit basic brain chemistry. Each like, comment, or notification sends massive dopamine surges flooding your system. This dopamine flood feels good, so your brain craves more. Watching endlessly scrolling, entertaining videos acts like a slot machine, the unpredictable rewards keeping you hooked. Each clip is a short dopamine hit, hooking you deeper. But there's a price. When your brain gets used to constant, instant gratification, the everyday tasks, reading a book, working through a tough problem, building a long-term project, start to feel intolerable. They don't provide the quick payoff. They require hours, days, even months of patience before you see results. Your dopamine-addicted brain rebels, saying, "Why put in the hard work when I can get a hit in 1 second?" It starts to see any effortful task as pointless pain. As a result, all important work feels like the most boring and difficult thing imaginable. This overstimulation is shrinking your brain's capacity to focus. How many times do you check your phone during work or study? Many believe brief glances don't affect them, that multitasking can save the day. Neuroscience shows otherwise. Every distraction interrupts deep focus, and it can take up to 20 minutes to regain full concentration. Imagine if you check your phone every 15 minutes. Your brain never reaches that deep focus state all day long. This explains why we often feel busy, but achieve little by day's end. The worst part, this overload doesn't just steal your time, it drains your mental energy. You struggle to find motivation, procrastinate repeatedly, then feel guilt and stress, driving you back to your phone's dopamine fix. A vicious, self-perpetuating cycle. It's time to break that cycle, to restore your brain's reward system and rebuild your ability to focus deeply on what truly matters. That change can start right now, the moment you watch this video. But what is dopamine really? Why does chasing stimulation make us feel worse and more drained? To answer that, we turn to a concept from Dr. Anna Lemke, a leading addiction specialist, the dopamine balance, or the pleasure-pain scale. Imagine inside your brain is a delicate scale. One side holds pleasure, the other pain. Your brain relentlessly works to keep the scale balanced, neither side tipping too far. When you dive into endless streams of Instagram or viral videos, the scale tips heavily toward pleasure. Dopamine surges make you feel good, but then your brain fights back, dropping dopamine sharply below baseline, plunging you into fatigue, boredom, emptiness. That heavy low is what hits after you shut off your phone, when a crushing sense of restlessness or sadness suddenly washes over you. This is the unavoidable truth of the dopamine balance. Intense pleasure exacts an equal dose of pain. And here's the catch. When this cycle repeats daily, your brain reacts defensively. It reduces dopamine receptors and natural dopamine production to protect itself. The result? You feel numb. Things that once brought joy, movies, games, hanging out with friends, lose their sparkle. Now only more extreme stimulation will give a buzz. At baseline, you're left depleted, chronically bored, empty. You need bigger, faster hits to feel anything. This dopamine imbalance is the root cause behind chronic lack of motivation and procrastination so many struggle with. Think about how awful it feels to try to study late at night after a full day of smartphone addiction. You just can't do it. It's not a lack of willpower or discipline, it's biology. Your dopamine system is burned out, wired only to respond to rapid-fire hits and instinctively avoid slow, demanding work. But here's the good news. We're not doomed. That broken dopamine scale can be reset. In fact, it's not magic, but small, consistent habits that recalibrate it. By deliberately cutting down on fast, artificial stimulation and investing time in challenging, slower activities, your brain starts rebuilding dopamine receptors and restoring natural balance. Quiet activities like reading, meditation, or exercise help your brain recover. Over time, you'll stop needing your phone compulsively and rediscover your inner drive to tackle meaningful goals. Real satisfaction comes not from instant rewards, but from commitment and patience. Your brain will remember that. Many only see dopamine as the pleasure hormone, the thing that floods you after tasty food, winning a game, or receiving likes. But neuroscience reveals it's far more about motivation, the drive to pursue goals, the fuel that propels you forward. There's a famous experiment with highly intelligent rats. Scientists blocked their brains' dopamine receptors completely, so dopamine couldn't work. These rats lost all motivation to seek rewards. Even when food was right in front of them, starving, they didn't move. Surprisingly, when food was placed directly in their mouths, they ate and enjoyed it. This showed dopamine's real power isn't pleasure itself, but the push to take action toward a reward. Now imagine what happens to us when we drain our dopamine the way those rats did. Our brain can't muster energy for important tasks, even though we logically know the benefits. We become paralyzed, stuck in avoidance and procrastination. When you find yourself lying there, feeling hopeless, blaming yourself for laziness or weak will, remember, this is not you. It's your brain biology under siege from relentless digital overstimulation. Luckily, our brains are plastic. They can heal. There's a solution. No drastic resolutions required. Small daily changes make all the difference. Cut the fast dopamine hits and gradually expose your brain to healthy, meaningful challenges. Your motivation will come back, almost like a miracle. You'll rediscover the joy of deep focus and accomplishment. If dopamine systems are the engine powering your actions, then your mindset, the way you interpret yourself and your challenges, is the steering wheel guiding your life. Even the best engine cannot navigate without direction. Here's where we turn to Carol Dweck's groundbreaking research at Stanford University and her concept of the growth mindset. She discovered two basic mindsets people hold: fixed and growth. Those with a fixed mindset believe their intelligence and talents are set at birth, unchangeable. They see failure as proof of their limits and avoid challenges to protect their self-worth. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset trust that abilities can be developed through effort and learning. Failure signals where to improve, a natural part of growth. They embrace challenges as opportunities. The simplest, most powerful practice Dweck recommends to cultivate this mindset is adding one word: yet. Instead of telling yourself, "I can't do this," say, "I can't do this yet." That tiny word shatters the wall of despair and opens a horizon of possibility. It changes how you view obstacles and failure, shifting you from avoidance to empowerment. Over time, this shift positively rewires your dopamine system. You stop chasing shallow, instant gratification and instead find deep motivation in the process of growth. You learn to enjoy the struggle itself. You gain resilience, the mental muscle to bounce back after setbacks and keep moving forward, no matter what life throws at you. So now you know the full story: how digital overstimulation wrecks your dopamine balance, how that fuels procrastination and low energy, and what mindset you need to break free. But knowledge alone isn't enough. Tomorrow, I want you to start with 3 practical steps to reclaim your brain and your life. First, take control of your mind's input. Just as you avoid junk food for your body, guard your mind against digital junk. Turn off unnecessary app notifications, group chat alerts, social media pushes. Use apps to limit screen time if necessary. Fill your mind with high-quality content, deep books, inspiring articles that nourish your soul instead of draining it. Remember, you are the sum of the information you consume. Second, activate your body. Exercise is the brain's most powerful natural medicine to restore dopamine balance safely and swiftly. Regular movement boosts natural dopamine and receptor health without artificial stimulation. It teaches your brain to energize itself. You don't need to lift heavy weights. 10 or 20 minutes of walking outside, simple stretching or climbing stairs is enough to spark huge mental change. Third, arm yourself with the attitude of yet. When facing setbacks or unfinished plans, say to yourself, "I haven't mastered this yet," or "I need more focus training yet." This mindset turns failure into growth and keeps you moving forward. If you commit to these 3 steps daily: mindful consumption, physical activity, and the power of yet, you will escape the digital dopamine trap. While others remain trapped, endlessly scrolling, you'll be reclaiming your focus and making consistent progress on what really matters. It won't be easy at first. Your rewired brain will tempt you to slip back into old habits, but trust in your brain's resilience. You are capable of change. You can do this. So ask yourself this right now: are you ready to slow down the endless scroll, take back control of your mind and your focus, and become the master of your own life? The choice begins today. If this message resonates, please like and subscribe. I'll be here with more science-backed insights to guide your journey. Thank you for spending this time with me at the Midnight Haven. Until next time.